Hello everybody, welcome back to the Redmen TV and your player ranking show after Liverpool, the Premier League champions, drew 2-2 with Arsenal. Not the Premier League champions, also not going to be the Champions League champions either, which is good. Liverpool were very good. 45 minutes, very, very good. 45 minutes actually, playing some lovely free-flowing football at times. Scored a couple of lovely goals. Cody Gakpo, Diaz, Andy Robertson rolling back the years with a vintage Andy Robertson assist as well. Second half, not so much, but the second half was soured and the mood was ruined somewhat by the introduction of Trent. Let's not beat around the bush, that's how it went. Just left everything a little bit sour, a little bit weird, a little bit toxic. Yeah, and that's probably going to be much of the story and much of the fallout post-match. We've already addressed it a lot, but let's do the players instead. Starting with Alisson Becker. What do we think of Alisson Becker today? Concedes twice. Couple of decent saves. There's one which came through a lot of bodies that he managed to get down low and keep hold of, which was really impressive. But yeah, he wasn't the busiest he's ever been. Alisson, high sound, not much in the first half, no chance for Arsenal opener, and a great initial save in Arsenal. Yeah, they saved. I think this is going to sound really ridiculous here. I think because of how good he is, he will look back at that second goal and be disappointed with the fact that it goes in the second instance. So I think he probably thinks he could tip it wide behind the corner, which again is silly and almost irrelevant, much as the entire game was. But yeah, I just feel like because he is so good, he will feel like he could have done better. But there we go. Yeah, high sound for Ali. Lots of sounds coming in. Oh, really? I did see Robbo was speaking, but obviously I couldn't hear it. Yeah, it's fair. Again, everyone's entitled to their opinion, aren't they? I've said it a lot down the years. I said it a lot today. It's not necessarily my bag, but I don't disagree with those who believe that was the right way to respond. But yeah, there's plenty more to come on that. I'm certain of it. Let's do Conor Bradley. The man tasked with replacing the outgoing Trent Alexander Arnold, you would imagine. Interesting to see what happens there moving forwards. But I've just put Ali straight in boss, haven't I? Sorry. Force a habit. Conor Bradley. What do you make of Conor Bradley instead? That was high boss as well, wasn't it? God, I really rated Alisson Becker. Let's, his beard is boss. Maybe that was it. Bradley, high sound. Mostly good defensively going forward. Poor allowing the crossing for Arsenal's first. I thought Conor Bradley, his performance was kind of a microcosm of our performance. I thought first half we were excellent, but I thought second half we struggled. And I think Conor Bradley has one or two moments. He flies into one, gets it wrong, and Arsenal nearly score. I think it's the Moreno chance, or maybe the Odegaard chance. It hits one of them. Might be Moreno, hit Odegaard, whatever. Trossard gets the byline after beating Bradley, after he went rushing into it. And then he stands off a few minutes later for the goal when he probably should engage, and then he gets booked after that for things clattering Lewis Skelly, and he's late to that as well. So he just had like a 10-minute spell whereby he lost his head a little bit, and that's not long before he comes off. So maybe fitness was starting to take its toll, and mentally he was a little bit scrambled. But yeah, generally speaking, I thought he had a good game. I thought he had a good game in attacking sense in particular, like he so often does. Made a wonderful tackle first half, clattered someone. But yeah. Good. Not great, but good. Andy Robbo should have scored, shouldn't he? Gets an assist. I think it's his first Premier League assist of the season, by the way, which is something. An emotional game for Con. Do you know what? That's something I hadn't really... If you mean in terms of... Because the limelight and the focus is so on that position, that's a really good point. Like a really, really good point. Because he'll be so aware of the attention on him right now. And listen, he's handled it and he's took everything in his stride up until this point. But he's took it all in his stride, being Trent's understudy. And that's almost been a role that he's adopted and been comfortable in. Because he's known it's one thing being the understudy and stepping in when called upon. And he's been fucking exceptional at it, let's have it right. But then it's another when you're the guy and everyone's looking at you to be the guy and people are saying you're the future. Arne Slot himself on Friday, and that's not to put undue pressure on him. There's nothing to say he can't handle it, by the way, either. But all of a sudden, everything's changed almost overnight for Conor Bradley in a way. And I do wonder whether that was on his mind at all. And again, I've no doubt whatsoever that he's the personality and the attitude to be able to cope with that unbelievably well. But maybe there was a little bit of that today, and maybe it wasn't his mind ever so slightly. And he was good. I'm not slating his performance, but it's a really interesting point. Anyway, let's do Andy Robertson. Bradley should be higher. Okay. Someone said straddling a minute ago. Let's do that. Everyone is allowed to have their opinion. Keep these reports coming. I'm enjoying this. High sound, Robbo legend. High sound. Again, the assist was good. Should have scored. Did score. Then had it cruelly taken away from him. Imagine that was Joe Gomez scoring and getting it chalked off. We would be up in arms. You thought the booing for Trent was bad. Let's go Robbo there, shall we? I've never gone right back to left back before. Like a big switch. Don't know what happened there. Let's do Ibou Konate, who would normally have come at that point. Almost high boss with a goal. Yeah, but he should have. Yeah, he would have been. But he should have scored the one. I can't put him too high because that is a big chance. He goes for like too precise a finish in the end. If he just hits the target, if he even scuffs it into the ground, it's got every chance of going in. He tries to go really out of David Raya's reach to give him no chance. Didn't need to, man. Didn't need to. Ibou sound, Konate high sound, Ibou sound, lots of sounds. Craig says boss. Martin Lawrence says sound, good defensively, one really good burst forward. Yeah, lovely ball after it as well. He should have played the ball to Bradley earlier, dropped too deep and lost Martinelli for Arsenal's first. Yeah, I thought Konate was good, personally. Somewhat mad at Ibou for ruining the winner. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah. Did he need to foul him? Not convinced. Good save from David Raya from the initial Van Dijk effort. We're not rating David Raya, but factual. Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk. Let's do Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, there was definitely shades of Joel Matip in Ibou's performance today from an attacking sense. Took a bit of responsibility upon himself. Virgil sound. Virgil high sound. Virgil sound. Says Joan Alavizzo. I love saying your name. Can't get enough of it. Charlotte Hardy's got Konate and sound. We got Konate sound. Yeah, we're all good. Virgil even sprinted today. I know that rare phenomenon that is. Virgil was sound. Lazy defending as usual. I mean, that feels harsh. That feels really harsh. Not in a good position for Martinelli goal. No. Sound, low boss, Virgil sound, Virgil high sound. Okay, I think we've come to a general consensus on that. We had a couple of bosses. I'm just a nudge under boss, I think, for me, Virgil, today. I've just touched Arne Slot's face. Looking forward to that in a minute. Let's do the midfield three, shall we? Starting with Curtis Jones. I thought he took up some really good areas, actually, Curtis Jones, in the first half. Like, picking up a lot of loose balls and that sort of thing. And again, I think first half was really, really impressive, generally from all the lads out there. But I think second half, just for whatever reason, people went missing. I think it was you'd have been talking these sort of areas and regions first. Clearly, the scoreline dictates a lot of that. We were 2-0 up. But then the performance levels dipped and the result drops, and all of a sudden, you've got a plethora of sounds. What's the collective noun for sounds? Tell me. That it doesn't exist, by the way, but I want you to make it up in the chat right now. And I will put it on screen if I see it. A lot of people saying sound. We've got a straddling boss as well from Lee. Curtis low sound from Charlotte. Habit hold on to the ball too long. Yeah, I've said this forever about Curtis. He reverts to type on that. And I'm not sure what it is, whether it be a rhythm, a confidence thing, or... I always felt like when he never got a run of games, when he got dropped back in, he'd do that a lot. And I always think it's because of the way he used to play during academy level. Because he was such a main man, such a catalyst for the youth teams. You just get the ball to him, and he'd be like, okay, this is my ball now. I want to make something happen. And more often than not, he did. And I wonder whether that's a trait he just never has quite been able to shake or beat out of himself just yet. But again, very good football. A cacophony of sounds might be a winner. Decision-making still poor. Cacophony of sounds is excellent. No one's beating that. A sound of a Benny, you tried, my mate, but cacophony's right above you. And, you know, there's levels to this shit. A symphony of sounds isn't bad. Symphonies and sound isn't bad at all. Maybe low boss is fair on Virgil van Dijk. We're not doing Virgil, we're doing Curtis. Let's get Curtis there. And again, first half, second half. Ryan Gravenberch. What do we make of Ryan Gravenberch today? Back in the team. Yeah, I'm always democratic. I'm not dictating anything. It's not my style. Not my style at all. Gravenberch, boss. Wow, it's a big start. Got a sound from Paul City Rocker. We've got another sound from Bora. Gravenberch sound from Martin as well. High sound. A symphony of complacency. Grav sound. I think we're allowed to be complacent. If complacency sneaks in at this point, and we've already got the Premier League title wrapped up, and some fucker somewhere's putting red ribbons on it and finishing engraving, I hate the word complacency, and I hate it creeping into performances. But as things stand right now, I think I'll just about forgive them. High sound Grav looks solid and smooth. Grav looked fresh. I mean, he should look fresh. We had a full week off. He's had his feet up all week. We're really happy with Ryan Gravenberch. And therefore, so am I. Dom Szoboszlai. What do we make of Dom? Did well for the Diaz goal, I thought. I did wonder whether that was going in. And not because I was desperate for Szoboszlai to score, but more because it would have meant the Mo Salah assist. But on replay, it was probably just drifting wide, that effort, which is a shame. And even if it had been on target, there's a good old chance Luis Diaz would have tapped it anyway. So it was pretty irrelevant by that point. Lots of people loving Dom's performance, though, which is nice to see. Beautiful man. That's just accurate, ultimately. High sounds. High sound. Low boss. Boss or boss. Wow. Okay. We are really, really happy. Absolutely, yeah, it was. Boss worked his arse off as usual, more important. Yeah, okay. I do think we had a more joined up performance from Dom, because I think very often we see this workhorse, runs every blade of grass, never stops, commitment levels. We talk about his running power all day long, but he never quite marries that up with the elegance and the on-the-ball stuff. But I think we saw, yeah, like I say, a bit of a joint effort from both parts of his game today, which is nice, because you can do that. You absolutely can do that. And you guys, ow, I just caught my finger on Gravenberch. Ooh, you bastard. Right, front three. We've got Mo Salah first. We'll look at that. Desperate to score. In fact, no, he's not. That's a lie. I was going to say desperate to score or assist. You can get rid of the first bit. Just wants assist, the man. He's gone from being, criticised as one of the most selfish footballers on the planet to being the least selfish footballer on the planet, who seemingly gets himself into positions to score that normally 9 times out of 10 he'd definitely try his luck from. But he's just desperate to pass to somebody else now. And he was robbed of one, first half, by this fella and his fluffing of lines, which was annoying. Boss creation efforts, sound. Passing master. Do you know what? Somebody's passing was excellent today, wasn't it? We should have mentioned the Curtis Jones pass, actually, that led to the Salah inside ball to Diaz, because that was exceptional. And that gets you nudged up. Doesn't say much these days. Salah sound. Lots of sounds from Mo Salah. Should have taken shots. Yeah, I do wonder on another day, again, with more of a stake in individual records, not the forefront of his mind, maybe he'd have tried his luck a little bit more. And who knows, the scoreline might have been different. Yeah, he gave Lewis Skelly a torrid time, didn't he? That one where Lewis Skelly has got twisted blood and he just decides to just stop him by any means possible, like his arms, his legs, whatever, just his torso gets in the way. He had him, let's put it that way, first half in particular. Cody Gakpo. I've got a lot of sounds going on, haven't I? A lot of sounds going on here. Anyway, a bit like when Trent came on. Cody Gakpo scores. Takes it well, actually. Near post header. Nice to see. Love scoring at Anfield, which is good, because that's where we play most of our football. Low boss, high sound, mixed bag. Good moments and some chances squandered. Bullet header. Unstoppable. Man the match. Oh, we've had our first man the match out. We'll get to that. Low boss. People are happy. And I'm glad people are happy, because A, I really like Cody. Fuck me. Cody Gakpo. Wow. And B, because I'm running out of room in sound. So let's do more of that, please. Straddling. Diaz scores as well. Good. You haven't missed much, mate, no. We did quite a bit on Trent. We might have mentioned Trent earlier on. I can't quite remember. But yeah. Liverpool have won the league, though. I don't know if you missed that. I don't know how long you didn't talk. I know, I don't know what happened there. Sorry. I say a lot of words. Shit comes out sometimes. Diaz sound. Sometimes people say. Mucho Boss, brilliant. Diaz straddling, not that involved today other than the goal. High sound. I don't know what that. El Jefe, sound, okay. Lucho straddling, says Lee. Low Boss, says Craig again. Same as Gakpo. Same that I can do. I can do same as Gakpo. Thank you for saying that. Right, let's do some subs. This should be a laugh. Darwin Núñez. Jota. Who else come on? Harvey Elliott. Who else came on? Tell me who else came on. So much of my attention been focused on this fella. There must have been one more. McAllister come on? We'll deal with that in a second. We'll do Harvey Elliott first. Let's do Harvey Elliott first. Do I wish the cards were circular again? No, I don't think so. I thought it was McAllister. Thank you for confirming that. No, I think I quite like the squares. I think we'll stick with the squares next season. Elliott was sound. Yeah, Elliott was sound. It's a shame he has one effort which I thought opened up nicely for him and was almost like tailor-made for him actually a little bit. But he just got too much elevation on it. It went into the cop at the end. But yeah, it would have been nice to see Harvey Elliott make an impact from the bench, which of course we've become so accustomed to seeing him do. No worse than most of the team. Sound, lots of sound, should have scored. Messing's harsh. Low sound. Lot of low sounds. If he doesn't score that chance, what is he there for? I think that might be a tad unfair personally, but there we go. He's there now anyway. Diogo. I'm running out of fucking fingers to do this shit. What do we think? Got Darwin Núñez staring at me. That's making me feel very uncomfortable. Jota messing. All the subs the same sound. Low sound for Diogo. You're messing, low sound. Should have played into Szoboszlai and never played a pass. Yeah, I agree. Didn't do anything else of note. Jota sound. Low sound for Jota. Jota sound. Low sound. A couple of your messings coming in for Diogo. Selfish and useless. God, don't put that on your Twitter bio. You're messing, low sound, same as Elliott. Should have scored, Michaela, yeah. He's not covered himself in glory, is he, Diogo, at the minute? Let's have it right. Going to nudge Alisson up a touch and put Diogo there. He's not. If he is playing for his future at Liverpool, which I'm not convinced he is, by the way. I don't think he's doing very well at it. Darwin Núñez. Can I just say, before we move on with Darwin Núñez, I know we always have this big long-running joke about how he's off and offside, because he is off and offside. How is he offside when he can see... One of my biggest bugbears in football, does my head in, is when you can see the entire line, the defensive line. You're looking at it, you're looking across it, and yet still, when the pass is played, you're ahead of it. It fucking baffles me. And I don't know why it does, because it's Darwin Núñez. And then he smiles and he laughs, and it's all very funny, we all get on with our lives, but it baffles me. Put Darwin offside. It's clever. Low sound. You know what? I've been tapped up by Offside United. It's just, can you create another rating for offside? Yeah, we are. Honestly, listen, there's no point now because it's too late. And by the time it's been printed and I've got it, he'll play for like, I don't know, Atletico Madrid or Al Nassr or wherever he's going to go. And probably bang loads of goals in. Sound. All the best. But go to a league where they don't have offside. I don't know what that looks like. It might be goals, but I'm being really disrespectful. I've stood by it for a long time. But yeah, it's done, isn't it? And thanks for the moments, thanks for the memories, because they've been absolutely off the scale joyous. I was at Nottingham Forest away last year, and your winning, my friend, one of the greatest moments of my life inside a football pitch. But shitting hell. Right, you can go there. Alexa McAllister came on. I mean... Run that room rapid here. Don't adjust your volumes. It's not broke. I'm just waiting on you. I'm just waiting on you. I want to watch. I want to watch what happens. Excuse me. Right, okay. You're missing sound. Bottom, Trent with sound. Wouldn't rate. Took the boo as well. Do you know what? Do you know what's so gut wrenching about all of this? The fact I'm even stood here, and I'm a good 7 years older than Trent and I've idolised him. I've adored him. I'm not going to this big, poetic rant or whatever you want to call it, diatribe about him and how brilliant he is as a footballer, because kind of whatever. And it's almost, it's such a shame ultimately, and I've used that word so often when it comes to the situation, but that's the only word that really makes any sense to me, that I have to do this, and we have to do this, and it is ending in such a way, and we have to witness and hear what we witnessed earlier on. Whatever you think of it, right or wrong, it's ultimately irrelevant. It happened. It's just a shame. It's going to end in the way that it is. The sourest of sour notes. Whether you agree with his decision, whether you agree with booing him, you cannot hide the fact that it's not ending the way it should do. It should have been fairy tale from start to finish, and it's not. It's fucking shit, is what it is. If that's his last appearance as well, it might well be his last appearance. What a bleak way for what was an otherwise unbelievable Liverpool journey to end. Right, Arne Slot and a man the match, please. And then we can get out of here. Arne Slot, man the match. Let's do Arne Slot first. What do we think of Arne Slot's decision making, team selection, all of the above? Really, sound, says Jacob. Thank you, Gino. With the opposite of that, I think for this, the first half he was very much vindicating in the team he picked, because we were excellent first half. Raced into a 2-0 lead and looked good value for it. Actually, could have been 3. Curtis Jones, we need to mention his shot that was tipped wide by David Raya, looked destined for the bottom corner, so it could have been a different story entirely. But yeah, I can't disagree with this. Ultimately, I don't know how it comes to that decision, or how that position has arose, or what. I don't know whether it's totally led by him or whatever. But yeah, I don't know whether it was the right thing to do personally. But there we go. They've got to own it, haven't they? They've got to own it. Sound, bad decision to bring Trent on. Sounds, yeah, okay. Slot is boss for the season. 100% concur with that last line. There's absolutely no room anywhere for him to go. Nowhere that makes sense anyway, because I think up here is too kind, down here is too low. Let's straddle him, because there was a few messings for the Trent decision, which again, I don't wholeheartedly disagree with. So let's do man the match day quick, and then I can leave. Who do we think should get this? Who gets man of the match today? Looking at the board, it's either Diaz or Gakpo, one of the goal scorers. Unless anybody has any really strong feelings about anyone else. I don't think it was a game. A lot of Dominik Szoboszlai's coming actually. A couple of Gravenbergs. Okay. Maybe we need to bump Dom up a bit. No, he's quite high actually, saying that. I just didn't see him all the way over there at a slightly askew angle. Okay, let's do Szoboszlai, Diaz or Gakpo then in that case. They're the 3, aren't they? As ever, I'll give it like a minute. That touch was excellent. I'll give it a minute or so and see what happens. Dalglish is a good shout. He is a good shout, to be fair. Flying Dutchman, breaking lines, opens them up. Yeah, more of that from you, please, Dom. I think it was much more the 10, the hybrid 10, stroke 8, stroke fucking run your legs off till you can't anymore role. I think you performed it much better today. It was a much more all-encompassing, all-round performance that had, again, quality on the ball coupled with the ability to put a shift in. Give it to Arteta. Sobbo man the match. A lot of people are saying, thank you very much. A lot of people are saying Dom. Do you know what? Small feet. That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, all right. Okay. I think we're done, aren't we? Dom Szoboszlai. This was one of ours, redmenmerch.com. A little bit of advertisement right at the end there. But I was asked, you can all see I was asked. He's not an industry plant either. Let's do Dom Szoboszlai. Wonderful. Jobs are good and CMAC, you've got your wish. Everybody else who said Dom Szoboszlai, you have got your wish. Right then, done. Dusted. Another game, another match day. We have 2 more left. That's it. 2 more left this season. Pre-season 0.3 -3 is done and dusted ahead of next campaign. But that was it. 2-2. Liverpool racing to a 2-0 lead. Diaz, Gakpo, all looked well with the world. Second half, concede. Trent comes on, turns everything a little bit sour, a bit weird, a bit moody. 2-2. Very, very upsetting way to finish, but there we are. Let's carry on assessing and carry on talking about it all again tomorrow, shall we? We will be doing a podcast as ever tomorrow afternoon. The usual crew will be assembled to dissect and discuss everything we've just seen. But as ever, I just want to say thank you for joining me for this bit, me for the last bit, the lads for the watch along, and all of us earlier on as well. It's massively appreciated. Your support here means a lot, because otherwise, doesn't make any sense. I was reading that comment, that's why I said that. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. So thank you very much, honestly, for getting involved. It's massively appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays. And I will see you all tomorrow when Liverpool, in spite of what we've just watched, in spite of everything we've just spoken about, will still be Premier League champions, which is pretty good, isn't it? Boss, take care. See you soon.